And let's bring in Zairil Johari, the Executive Director of the Penang Institute, that's a public policy think tank. Zairil, welcome to the show. Now, as you heard from our correspondent Sumisha there, this death doesn't come as a real surprise. What are your first thoughts?
I think, well, emotionally, I think it was a big blow. And this coming right after the jailing of Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, just, a day or two ago. And I think really it was just a big shock for all of us. Although we knew he was in ill health, I think the timing of it was just too much.
Yeah, his death comes at the end of a very eventful week in Malaysian politics, as you've just mentioned. Can you just elaborate on what kind of legacy do you think Mr. Nik Aziz will leave behind?
Well, he was very much of the old school generation of politicians, in the same way Karpal Singh was, Anwar Ibrahim, and even Lim Kit Sian. Politically, he would be remembered, I suppose, as a great opposition stalwart. Ideologically, he was known to be conservative, yet at the same time, he was also if you want to put it this way, a moderating voice within the conservative group. And more importantly, he was also very clear in his principles, and he always knew where the lines were drawn. For example, cooperation with UMNO, the ruling party, was always off the table where he's concerned. It's not even something you could mention in front of him. So I think in many ways, he has personally prevented any notion of a past UMNO unity government from ever materializing.
Sure, Zara. And going forward with his death now, is there going to be any strong or big impact to the party PAS, and where do you think the party will go from here?
Well, I think there would be impact on the party and on the coalition. One, of course, hopes that we do not see a repeat of 2002, when the then past president Fadil Noor passed away, which led actually to the eventual breakup of the Barisan Alternative Opposition Coalition at the time. We also recall that when Fadil Noor passed away, Anwar Ibrahim was also in jail. So there was, without these two sort of moderating leaders, the coalition couldn't hold. That said, I think this time around, the situation is sufficiently different. I think right now, because we share government in a few states, I think we're more entrenched. So, hopefully the coalition is able to ride through this. I think that he has inspired enough of newer generation PAS leaders, and even outside of PAS, who really see value in having this coalition. For PAS itself, there would be, I think, repercussions for the internal party elections, which is scheduled to be held mid this year. But whether this is positive or negative remains to be seen. What is certain is that it has not been a good past 12 months for the opposition coalition.
All right, thank you so much, Zairil. I've been speaking with Zairil Johari, the Executive Director of the Penang Institute.